Alright guys, welcome back to Urge. We are continuing on with the subclass series in the class of the Wizard. We are today talking about the School of Enchantment. If you're new to the series, we're going to talk about the abilities of the subclass, and then we're going to rate the roleplay value, the combat value, and the overall class synergy, how the abilities improve on the base class. We are also doing a giveaway once we hit our 1,000 subscribers, so remember to like, subscribe to be entered into the contest. Also comment down below. If you need information on the contest giveaway rules, check the description down below. I'll put them in there. But guys, we're just going to jump right into it with the School of Enchantment.
Indeed. All of the Wizard subclasses are based on an individual school of magic that becomes kind of your specialty. As a member of the School of Enchantment, you have honed your ability to magically entrance and beguile other people and monsters. Some enchanters are peacemakers who bewitch the violent to lay down their arms and charm the cruel to showing mercy. Others are tyrants who magically bind the unwilling into their service. Most enchanters fall somewhere in between. At level 2, if you choose to pick this School of Magic as your specialization, you do get Enchantment Savant, which all of these schools have. With the Wizard Spellbook, any enchantment spell you copy into your spellbook, the cost and the time is reduced and cut in half. So it's what it is, super basic. Also at level 2, you do get Hypnotic Gaze. So you take an action to essentially charm a person, but it's charm on steroids. Anybody within 5 feet of you, they make a wisdom saving throw against your wizard spell save DC. If they fail to save, obviously, not only is the creature charmed, they are also incapacitated and visibly dazed, and their speed drops to goose egg. It's the stereotypical thing of going to a hypnotist and
pretty much. That's actually a good example,
right?
And if you're not familiar, incapacitated, you cannot take reactions or actions.
Correct.
So you're 0 movement and you can't make any actions.
Correct. On subsequent turns, you can also use your action to maintain this effect, and it can extend its duration indefinitely, and as long as you stay within 5 feet of it, it has to be able to see or hear you, or if the creature takes damage. Something to keep in mind. But essentially, you can spend even in combat, spend your entire turn paralyzing somebody. If you stay right next to them, if they don't take damage, or in an RP setting, you can pretty much freeze somebody in place if they're able to do so. And the other thing to keep in mind with this is once a creature succeeds the initial saving throw, you can't use this feature on that creature until you finish a long rest. Not a number of uses per rest, just once an individual target succeeds a saving throw, you can't hit that target again. So multiple uses actually.
Level 6, we have Instinctive Charm. So whenever a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against you, you can use your reaction to divert the attack. Now, when you divert this attack, it must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC, of course. And if it fails, it's going to attack the next closest creature to it. So if you strategically place yourself, say, between 2 enemies, you could divert one attack to a different enemy, or you could place yourself to be next to an ally with a higher armor class than yourself.
Which will be everyone.
Pretty much, yes.
Just like Hypnotic Gaze, it's once a creature succeeds against the save, they're immune to the effect. But then you can try it on somebody else.
And also, it can't be used against creatures that are immune to charm effects. Then, level 10.
But level 10 something
Level
happens.
10. I'm going to read this and you're going to say, what? Split enchantment. Starting at 10th level, when you cast an enchantment spell of 1st level or higher, that targets only one creature.
One creature.
You can have it target a second creature.
Second creature.
You might be thinking, okay, that seems good.
Yes.
Let me give you some examples.
Yes.
Hold person. Dominate monster. Dominate person. Power word pain. Power word stun. Power word kill. Seems good. Feeble mind?
Yeah.
2 targets instead of 1 for all of those.
Yeah. Not just a 1. It's a buy 1 and get 1 free scenario.
But every time you get a new spell level, like a level 7 spell, level 8 spell, whatever, you're essentially being able to cast those spells up a rank for free. And the other thing too is, if you're targeting 2, that's twice the likelihood that one of them fails.
Right. So your level 14 ability here is Alter Memories. And it is exactly what it sounds like. So, whenever you use an enchantment spell of any kind to charm a person, you can choose to attempt to have them forget that they were charmed. Because one of the big things almost all the charm spells say is once the spell is over, that person then realizes they were charmed, which makes it harder to go back and do things with that person after the fact if you've been, if they've been hoodwinked. So but the good thing is they have to make an intelligence saving throw, which is by far the least common saving throw in the game. If they fail the saving throw against your wizard spell save DC, you can have them lose the number of hours of their memory equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier, which is not quite as good. If it was your intelligence modifier, because that was your primary casting status wizard, it would be better. But still, your charisma modifier, still cool. You can make the creature forget less time if you don't need, but the amount of time they forget cannot exceed the duration of your enchantment spell. So you can't make them forget 3 hours if your enchantment spell was a 1 hour spell. Very heavy on the RP side of things, for sure. Right. Most things aren't going to have a super high intelligence saving throw. The charisma modifier makes it not quite as good, though, because it won't be your primary stat. Might be your third stat as a wizard.
Yeah. To be fair, though, 1 hour is probably more than enough to make someone forget.
Right.
And it's going to be a minimum an hour.
Yeah,
it
it's
specifies,
1 plus.
Even if you have a negative charisma modifier, you're still going to get the minimum 1.
Right.
It says so. All right, that being said, with the last ability covered, we're moving on to the role-playing scoring section.
Yes.
And for the roleplay value.
Yes.
Let's just take a quick tour through here. Hypnotic Gaze can definitely be used as an RP. So say you're trying to sneak past some guards.
Yes.
You stun a guard. I mean, they ain't gonna stop you if they're just stuck there and they can't make any actions.
Yeah.
So
they might yell at you like, "Hey, quit that!"
Yeah.
And usually walk right by.
Yeah. Instinctive Charm.
Mostly combat.
Mostly combat. Fair enough. Split Enchantment.
Everything.
All around very good.
Is all
can be used
things.
for RP and for combat, definitely.
Yes.
Alter Memories, pretty much entirely RP. Because most things, if you charm them and you're not killing them, it's RP.
Yes.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Now, most of these abilities, as you see, are RP related.
Yes.
But here's the other bonus on top of that. There is very little to no limit on the amount of times that you can use these abilities.
Yep.
Yes, if they make a save, you can't use it on that creature anymore, but you can use it as many times a day as you would like. And that is a big bonus because a lot of other subclasses, even different classes, are 1 a day or 1 per short rest.
Yeah.
This does not specify that. You can keep doing it over and over again to different things to your heart's content.
As long as it's new targets.
And because of that, we are warranting a 5 out of 5 for the RP because the majority of the abilities
5
are RP based and they have unlimited uses with very minor, if any, setbacks.
On the combat side of things, in all honesty, the Instinctive Charm is nice. If you're smart as a wizard, you should be trying to place yourself in areas where you can't be killed quickly. It's definitely helpful keeping yourself alive. Because nothing's worse than a dead caster because you can't do nothing.
Right. But
Split Enchantment is a thing. I don't care what level spells you take at level 2, but you better take Hold Person. Because it's so good as a level 2 spell. And because it's a level 2 spell, a lot of level 2s don't scale super well later in games. But even at level 20, a level 2 Hold Person, especially you're fighting something that doesn't have high saving throws if it's not a caster, it still has a decent chance of working. And of course, when you get to the Hold Monster, then you get the stupid stuff of Dominate Person and Dominate Monster, and you getting to double pick 2 targets of that for no charge to yourself.
Yeah.
Forget combat changing. That can very much turn into combat right there. Even if it only lasts for a round each time, you're completely eliminating 2 people out of the enemy action economy and bringing them over to your side.
Yep.
It's a huge turn in combat if you can get 2 people just paralyzed, let alone if you get them, dominated to your side.
Right.
So, with those 2 alone, because the other 2 abilities really aren't super combat, you could use Hypnotic Gaze in combat.
Essentially, like, say you're low on HP, someone rushes you, you can take your turn to, essentially,
hey guys!
The person be like, someone help! Someone help! So, and it gives you some ways to survive. Versus
Right.
if you try to run away, you get an opportunity attack. The opportunity attack might kill you.
Right.
So your best bet might just be, I'm gonna incapacitate this guy here until someone comes to help me.
Right. So 4.5 is what the combat score we went with here. And pretty much the only reason why it wasn't 5 is because hypnotic skill doesn't scale well in combat.
Right.
It'd be great in combat, low level, not so great later.
It's more situational. It can be used, but it's definitely situational.
Right.
At higher levels.
And Ultra Memories is pretty much not combat at all.
Right.
But Instinctive Charm giving you some defensive combat, and Split Enchantment is just that good.
Yeah.
We gave it a whopping 4.5 on the combat.
It's a thing too, with Split Enchantment, every time you're getting a high level spell, like say level 13, you get your 7th level spell, say you want to get Power Word Pain. It's essentially letting you cast that at an 8th level spell slot. You don't have 8th level spell slots yet.
But you're doing it.
But you're doing it. So it's giving you that boost, basically, of being able to cast higher level spells. It's almost like you're getting free higher level spell slots.
Yep.
For all of your enchantment spells, which you're probably going to be, most of the enchantment spells are pretty good.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have the overall class synergy, and again, we've mentioned this on the other wizard videos. The spell mastery and the signature spells are really the only two abilities that from the base class that are going to be able to be synergized with. Level 18, you get spell mastery. You choose a 1st level spell and a 2nd level spell to be able to cast at will.
Yes.
Hold person.
So whole person.
Level 2 spell.
Yes.
But with split enchantment,
At will.
with the synergy of spell mastery,
No spell slot usage.
with your split enchantment, you're essentially able to cast a level 3 spell at will.
Yes.
Because of that. Very good.
Yes.
And again, it's going to double your chances of it actually being effective as well. Is it always going to be useful? No. But is it going to be useful most of the time? Yes.
Yes.
There are some decent 1st level spells that are out there in enchantment, but most of the good and best enchantment spells are higher level, so that is what it is.
Yep.
Signature spells, there are 2 3rd level spells that you get to choose that you can cast once per day without taking a spell slot. And they also don't take up your known spell list.
Right.
So one of the best ones is going to be Enemies Abound, which is in Xanathar's. It's basically a weaker version of Dominate Person. So instead of you completely controlling what the person does, it makes them attack the nearest enemy to them, and they keep attacking enemies near them until they make their save. Because every time they take damage, they get to remake their save. And because it's a 3rd level spell and it's enchantment, instead of targeting 1, you can target 2 creatures. The way that these abilities synergize, even the way Altered Memories synergizes with Hypnotic Gaze and your other enchantment spells, there's lots of synergy going on there with all those. So we went ahead and we gave the synergy a 4.5 flumps out of 5.
Yeah.
But this is a very, very, very good subclass. All around, pretty well balanced. The abilities have good RP and combat value. Are you blowing stuff up? No. But you're making other people blow stuff up for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always fun casting Power Word Kill on 2 targets instead of 1.
Because your own person wants to get to do that.
There you go. Alright guys, so that's basically our thoughts on the School of Enchantment. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications when all of our new videos come out. And remember, we have that giveaway coming up for the Eberron book.
Yes.
So to be entered in that, make sure you comment, subscribe to the video. We will announce the winner in a future video, so keep watching, stay tuned for that. And as always, thanks for watching.